Welcome viewers, another week of the Footy Show. Been a big couple of days, Crawls.
Yeah, absolutely. And as the viewers will be able to hear, my voice is struggling a little bit, but yeah, fantastic couple of days.
Yeah, voice is gone. How's the body?
Body's probably about the same as the voice, to be honest, particularly the quadriceps. They're struggling a little bit, but yeah, the voice is probably the worst, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's been a great couple of days, hasn't it? We're just fresh off fresh out of the Northern New South Wales Junior Rep Carnival. 19 teams, 400 players, 4 age groups. Been an awesome couple of days, hasn't it, mate?
Yeah, it has been great. The weather was magnificent. The facility was as good as we could hope for, and the footy was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great footy. Our team's best carnival for us. Still a little bit of a ways to go, really, overall, but great learning, great development, and result in the best performances. Girls got second place. Beat the Hunter for the first ever time, which was an absolute highlight.
Absolutely.
13s and 15s went one better than last year. They both finished third this time.
Yep.
And 17s had a bad run with injuries coming in. They were left undermanned, but lifted beautifully yesterday morning to beat Northwest to get into the third and fourth playoff and got fourth overall. So really well done to all those guys. Carnival acknowledges the best player, best and fairest in each team. So the best and fairest for our guys, Crawls. You want to lead that off?
Yeah, so, in the youth girls, April Devine from Kensey, she's had a great couple of months in the program. Got herself out to Tamworth on the long weekend, which was terrific. She was coming up to Coffs and going to Port for the sessions, which was just great dedication.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And we started with her in the ruck, and she was great there. But over the carnival, we sort of found some real good use for it, centre half forward, and she just provided a great option, kicked an absolute stack of goals. Her pressure for a bigger player was fantastic, and taller player in terms of just doesn't matter where the ball was on the ground. She was laying tackles, putting on shepherds, and creating space for some of our jets in the team, and she was really, really good. And fantastic news is she's eligible to play at least one more year, I think, if not two. So in that age group, so that's magnificent.
Yeah, her performance at centre half forward was described to me as being Alana Hansen-like. Can you guess who described it like that?
Maybe Alana
Hansen. Yeah, you're on the money there, mate. So well done, April. Best and fairest for our youth girls. Under 13s was young Jackson Mawson Galliford down at Manning Valley Way there.
Yep.
Had a great carnival. Really well played by him. One of the most interesting things, I guess, for me was, he's Velvet Sledgehammer, I think he was described as last week.
Correct.
Big lump of a lad for an under 13. And then when we got him up there to present the under 13 awards across all the leagues, there was a young bloke from Hunter who got up there. I think he'd driven himself there. He'd certainly had to stop for a shave at half time. He was even bigger than the kid from Hunter who won the under 15s best and fairest. So yeah, Jackson's got a bit of growing to go apparently.
Yeah, look, I was fortunate enough to umpire the 3 versus 4 final, Central Coast and North Coast, and Jackson was fantastic in that game. He not only is a fairly big lump of a lad, he knows how to use his body well, and seems to be controlling how he's using it to not give away free kicks now, which I had heard at one stage was a bit of a problem. So that's maybe where the nickname came from. But he's he had a great carnival and certainly led from the front.
Yeah, good distribution too. So he's not all just about the physical side of things.
Absolutely.
Like, good foot skills, good hand skills, which is great. So. Then from there we get to under 15s, and it was Reuben George from the Sawtell Footy Club was best. He was one of our 4 members of the leadership group there too. So exactly what you want from a leader. You want him to stand up, you want him to play well, you want him to show the way to the other guys in the team. So really well done for Reuben.
Yeah, great attack in the back line, just always attacking the footy, and therefore when he was getting it, he was at speed, broke through alone, and he's got a prodigious kick. So he was just able to, get the footy over the next contest and into space for our quick guys in the 15s to run onto. So he was really good. I think the fact that he's been playing more 17s footy than 15s footy at Sawtell probably helped him. Made him feel really comfortable in that rep carnival.
It's the coaching he gets in the Sawtell 15s, I'm led to believe, mate.
That goes without saying.
But no, and isn't it just a pleasure, mate, to see someone other than the on-ballers getting the awards for once?
Absolutely. No, it is a real pleasure. Not like the Brownlow, mate.
No, exactly. And then under 17s, Marikai Kilpatrick from down Port Macquarie Way. Best and fairest for our teams. And again, really played really well. Not a lot of Marikai in terms of width, but plenty of height about the young fella, and goes well. fit lump of a lad, runs around all day, covers plenty of territory, but not afraid to get in and throw what little weight he's got around too. So
Yeah, no, it's great. And I think what's fantastic about that, we've got 4 individuals there, all from different clubs, which is fantastic. As you said, some in the leadership group, others not, that have obviously stepped up at the carnival, which is terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. So, really great couple of days. I guess one of the other highlights, certainly for me, and no doubt for you too, mate, was we're fortunate enough to have Pippa Smythe up here for a couple of days. GWS giant Pippa Smythe.
Yep.
Spent Monday afternoon, our last training get-together for the force, spent that with the girls, came and spoke at our dinner, spoke beautifully, delivered a great message there about sticking with it and following your dreams and those kind of things, and then helped out with the coaching on Tuesday, the 2 games the girls played on Tuesday, and it was great to see, particularly the first game of the day against Hunter, Pippa's old stomping ground. Nobody more excited than Pippa on the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm going to stick with that. Nobody more excited.
Yeah.
One person louder, but nobody more excited.
Thanks, mate. That's me you're talking
that was
about.
you.
Yeah, might sound a bit corny, but Pippa's a ripper. Mate,
I'm loving it.
she was fantastic. From the minute I met her, fantastic personality. Just got amongst it, led the session, which for someone, I suppose she's a personal trainer. That's what she does other than playing AFLW and obviously, playing in the Sydney League now. So she's used to working with groups of people and things like that. But, absolute role model, spoke really well, as you said. An absolute inspiration for all the players she came in contact with obviously particularly the girls and the women. The women and the girls from the Northwest absolutely loved it. The senior women that come from the North Coast competition loved it. Down to girls Asher Lloyd's age and even younger, just absolutely stargazing. So it was terrific.
Yeah, it was great stuff. So we really appreciate everything Pip did. So huge shout out and huge thank you to her.
Absolutely.
And speaking of inspirational women, mate. Just last week we had 3 of our North Coast girls in action up at Under 18 National Championships, representing the Eastern Allies, which is a combination of New South Wales, ACT and Tassie. So Lily Doyle, best on ground first game, 3 goals.
Yep.
Alani Eddy played well beautifully too.
Yep.
And how good was it to see Alani coming down and running water for the youth girls rep team?
Another role model. It's fantastic,
absolutely.
And that's what's fantastic about female footy.
Yeah, for sure. And then last but not least, Bree McFarlane, who obviously played pretty well at that carnival, to be named in the All-Australian squad.
Yeah, unbelievable. That she's 12 months ago she wasn't playing footy. Which is great. She used to dominate the junior competitions out of Yamba there, Lower Clarence Eagles. She's been playing a lot of other sport, very fit individual, really passionate about sport and wants to be a professional athlete. Got her back training for footy at the start of the year. She made her way down to Canberra to get selected to be able to play in the Swans Academy versus Giants, Suns and Lions. Performed well enough there to get into the state team, then into the Allies, and now into the Australian squad. So that's just unbelievable. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, great achievement, and second year in a row, mate. Someone from this region has been in the All Australian squad. Georgia last year, Bree obviously this year. So guess really starting to get a reputation here as a talent pathway, talent generator.
Absolutely, and looking at the youth carnival that we've had with the girls running around the last couple of days, there's no reason why that won't continue.
Absolutely, yeah, spot on. And then, mate, just the last thing for now on women's footy. Just want to give a bit of a mention. Last week, probably the match of the season, men's, women's, boys, girls. Port women v Sawtell women, a draw.
Yeah, unbelievable. I had a good chat to Mel, who obviously I was helping coach with Beck Minicelli for the youth girls over the last couple of days, and it was that score for about 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes of the last quarter, and the ball was in the Port forward line most of that time, but they just couldn't get it over the line to get a point. Or a goal, so yeah, really exciting, and that sets up fantastically well for the finals because Port have beaten them once, Sawtell once down at Port, and also had that draw now, so they'll go into the finals in a few weeks with some confidence that at their best that they can really take it up or roll Sawtell.
Yeah, so that game Sawtell 2 points up, 3/4 time, held scoreless in the last quarter. Port snuck 2 behinds. And it was the unstoppable force against the immovable object, I guess, mate. So it just couldn't. Neither of them could just get the breakthrough there. But what a cracker!
It just shows how competitive it is.
Set up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this week, mate, excuse me, we've got the Sawtell club down there at Richo at home.
Yep.
In action against Grafton.
Yeah, Tigers have been really good the last couple of weeks.
They have.
They certainly took it up to Sawtell at Grafton a couple of weeks ago. And then at Port last week, they were...
2 weeks ago at Port.
Sorry, 2 weeks ago
nearly
at Port.
got the chocolates.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
last week Breakers up at Elm Oval, they were up at quarter time.
It's been a big couple of days, mate. I'm a week
yes,
behind, I think. So, yeah, they've been really good the last couple of weeks, so that's great. Obviously, it'll be a tough out, Richo. But look, hopefully they can just keep putting good teams on the paddock and keep being really competitive and you know, they might get that win before the end of the year.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, a bit to play for Sawtell this week too. Sawtell wins and Breakers lose. Sawtell can't be moved from the top of the ladder.
Yeah, right.
So a bit of added incentive there too for the Breakers. They obviously won't want to let that go. I'm pretty sure Breakers were minor premiers the last 2 years in a row. So they'll be keen to try and have a say on that. So they'll need to beat Port this weekend up here at Fitzroy Oval.
And you'd think that would happen at home?
Yeah, look, I mean, Port, I think they've been on the improve. They've had a couple of good performances, just haven't quite. I think they went down by about 10 points to 20 points maybe to Sawtell last week in a high-scoring affair, both up around about the 100 mark. But yeah, it just depends on how they travel, I guess.
The travel's much easier than it has been in the past. That highway's magnificent now, dual lane the whole way.
Yeah, a lot of rave reviews about that from the people travelling up for the carnival.
Absolutely, half an hour or an hour savings in terms of time from last year. So that's magnificent. So it certainly makes it a little bit easier for the Port still. It's obviously a bit of time and travel, but hopefully they can travel up strong and it's a great game.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so best of luck to all 4 clubs this weekend out there. And also best of luck to all the junior footy players too, because junior footy gets back. Obviously had the week off for the school holidays, but we're back into it. Only a few weeks to go before finals start for those guys, so a bit at stake there.
Yep. Be great to see those rep kids that have played in the last couple of days go back to their local club and really lead from the front and teach the other kids a few things as well. Hopefully they've got from their coaches, so it's always good when those rep players can come back to their junior club and help out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess rep programs aren't just about yourself and learning new skills, but it's also about growing as a leader. And like you say, the more that you can put that leadership back into clubland, the better it is for everybody, and the more our junior footy will grow. So, to all those Force kids out there, make sure you stand up and play strong, just as strong as you did for the Force. Play that strong for your club side this weekend too. Enjoy the rest next couple of days, mate. You go back to your holiday, and we'll see all the viewers out at the footy on the weekend. Thanks, mate. I can have a snooze. That's it. Good on you. See you, viewers. See ya.